I'm Mark, 34, Seattle. Married 5 years to Erin. We weren't perfect, but we were boring in a good way. Taco Tuesdays, joint bank account, the same Netflix arguments about whose turn it was to pick. Then February hit, and Erin got disciplined. New gym bag, new leggings, new lock screen I wasn't allowed to see because work emails. She started waking up at 5 a.m. for group training. Okay, cool, but she hates mornings. She hates sweat. She once called a 5K a scam for socks. The first flag was a receipt in the dryer. $189 at a sporting goods store for tape, pre-workout, and a men's medium hoodie with a team logo. "It's for my cousin's birthday," she said, rolling her eyes. "Do you want to interrogate me over adhesive now?" The tone wasn't new, but the speed of the answer was, like she had it loaded. Then came the phone face down at dinner, the sudden interest in the local sports schedule, and her new favorite phrase, "Don't be weird." She'd never known the difference between a free throw and a field goal. Now she's asking me if I think the transfer portal is ruining parity. I Googled that at the table. 2 weeks later, she texts at 11:47 p.m. "Flat tire, don't come, AAA on the way." I grabbed my keys anyway. Her car was behind the big arena downtown, not on our side of town, and the tire wasn't flat. It was warm. Erin stood there in that men's hoodie, hair damp, smelling faintly like chlorine and expensive cologne. "I spilled a drink," she said, like I'd asked a question. "Also, AAA cancelled. It's fine. You didn't have to come." Bitchy, clipped, like I'd inconvenienced her by worrying. We drove home in silence. She turned the radio up and hummed off-key. The next morning she was heading to yoga, but her mat stayed in the hall closet. Her location sharing, which we'd used for years without thinking, was suddenly broken after the update. She said she'd fix it when IT has time. Erin does HR. I tried to drop it, tried to be the guy who trusts. Then I found the second receipt. Cocktails at a hotel bar connected by skybridge to the arena's players' entrance. 2 espresso martinis, a charge for valet rush. When I held it up, she snatched it and laughed. "I met clients, clients, adults with jobs." She stuffed it in the trash and kissed my cheek like a pat on the head. That night I did laundry again. In the hoodie pocket was a laminated black lanyard, guest, with a gold star and yesterday's date. No name, just a number scrawled in Sharpie. 23. I turned the lanyard over. Gold star, guest, Sharpie, 23. I searched everything. Arena guest pass, team number 23, visiting rosters, too many hits. At breakfast, I laid it by her mug. "Where from?" "Gala auction," she said. No pause. "You left early, remember?" Then the eye roll. "Can I have my prize back, detective?" That night she announced, "Training, group, again." I offered a ride. "No, don't hover." Door slam. I tailed her anyway on a scooter. She cut into the hotel garage by the arena. I slid through the lobby with conference people. Elevators needed keys. I waited, then slipped in behind a crowd. 5th floor, meeting rooms. 6th, suites. 7th, VIP. A bellman eyed me. "Event pass?" I flashed the lanyard. He stepped aside. The hallway smelled like eucalyptus and money. Carts with protein bars, ice. A housekeeper whispered, "Teams on 7 and 10. Good to know. Then a single chirp, and the fire alarm went full blast. Doors popped. I froze by the ice machine. Erin burst from a stairwell in that men's hoodie, hair damp, ice bucket in hand. Behind her, a tall shape paused. I caught a taped forearm, marker numbers, quick as a blink. Erin saw me and didn't flinch. "Networking breakfast," she yelled over the alarm. "It's 9:40 p.m. "Time zones," she snapped, pushing past. Staff funneled everyone downstairs. I scooped a loose roll of athletic tape off the carpet. 23, inked on the edge. On the street, my phone buzzed from an unknown number. "Stop following her." Photo of my license plate. Another text. "Not your league." I drove home with the tape in my pocket and my stomach in my throat. Pulled statements. Rideshare to Northgate Practice Facility. Another to University Aquatic Center. Hockey? Basketball? Swim? Too many doors. I checked her wallet. The lanyard was gone. She'd lifted it while I was in the shower. I DM'd the hotel bar's Instagram. "Was my wife there last night?" Bartender replied fast. "Can't share. She was with someone important. Check who's in town." I opened the arena schedule. 4 events in 5 days. 2 home teams, 1 college showcase, 1 charity game. All with rosters that could have a 23. I looked at the tape again. Sweat, cologne, marker bleed. No name, just the number, and the feeling I was already late. I called in sick and waited. Erin did the 5 a.m. routine. Hoodie, gloss, training group. I palmed her Apple Watch. A text preview from Coach K. Service elevator, Bay 3. Cap on. No photos. Flex emoji. She'd renamed someone. I tailed her. No yoga. She parked at the University Aquatic Center and walked in wearing a staff wristband. I bought a day pass. Chlorine, blocked lanes, private session. Erin chatted with a guy in warm-ups. I raised my phone. A lifeguard stepped in. "No filming." Unknown texted, told you to stop. Then a selfie of a hallway cam with me in it, same number as last night. On the drive back, our concierge called. Package for Erin, picked up by guest yesterday. Who signed? Just a number, 23. Erin breezed in at noon. Why are you home? Her eyes flicked to the counter where I'd set the watch. I asked, who's Coach K? Kickboxing instructor. Relax. She yanked the hoodie close. You're giving. Weird. I showed the athletic tape with 23. Whose number? Client's nephew. NCAA. NIL. Don't embarrass me. She snatched the tape and binned it. Fans are creepy. Like this. New plan. I slid an AirTag into her gym bag lining while she showered. She kissed my cheek and left. Ping. Moving. Arena district. Then silence. AirTag offline. She came back at 6 with a different bag. Mine ripped. Sale. The old one dangled open. Lining sliced. Tag gone. Tracking your wife? Abusive. Mail arrived. A Sports Foundation envelope. Erin plus guest. 2 black wristbands with gold stars. Note. Family seats. Use service elevator. She grabbed them. HR perk. Charity night. Don't be weird. At 9 p.m. a blocked call. Calm woman. Confirming Erin's family list for tomorrow. 2 comps under the player account. Will you use both? Which player? Can't disclose. Jersey hold. 23. VIP check-in. Click. I stared at the watch, the wristbands, the cut bag. Hockey? Basketball? Swim? Different venues, same pattern. Service elevator, no photos, family seats. Erin brushed past me to the bedroom, humming like it was laundry day, not game day. She paused in the doorway. If you show up and act jealous, I'm leaving you there, she said flat. Then the door shut. Game day. I wore one wristband, hid the other in my sock. Erin left early, for setup, and slid into the service elevator. I followed at a distance. VIP check-ins stamped my hand. FAM. Inside the lounge, steam trays, Gatorade, families in team gear. Erin appeared in the hoodie, laughing with a tall guy in cap and mask. He lifted a taped hand when he noticed me. Sharpie, 23. Erin's smile died. What are you doing here? She hissed. No scenes. Introduce me. Client liaison. Get food. Stop acting 12. The guy drifted toward the hall. Erin grabbed waters and followed. I moved. A guard blocked. Players corridor. Family, I said, showing the stamp. Wrong wing. Unknown texted. Last warning. Plus a lounge cam shot of me. Then another. Erin entering a service elevator with the tall guy. His sleeve lifted. Inner arm tattoo. 5 rings. Olympic? Swim? Track? I couldn't tell. I tried the other service bank. A headset woman scanned my spare band. Red beep. Counterfeit. It came in the mail. Then your mail's fake. 2 guards closed in. I backed out to the bowl. Lights dropped. Charity rosters mixed pros, alumni, Olympians. Jerseys were numbers only for fairness. I counted 3 different 23s across benches. Erin texted from across the arena. Go home. You're embarrassing. I found her in a tunnel with a clip reading, Family +1. She raised her phone and snapped a photo of me like evidence. Half-time. I sprinted to the loading dock. A runner shouted, Family for 23 to film room. A cluster moved. I slipped in behind, head down. Inside smelled like ice and eucalyptus. Trainer barked, media blackout, no phones. I kept mine hidden in my sleeve. Erin stood at the back holding a garment bag. The tall guy entered with a towel over his head, mask still on. He took the bag, squeezed her hand. She touched his forearm right on the taped 23, familiar like habit. My phone buzzed, new number. Want a name? Skybridge in 10, come alone. I looked at Erin. She was already checking the door, like she knew a window was opening. I stepped out with the group, peeled off at the service stair, and climbed fast. Another text landed. You're late. Then a photo of the empty Skybridge, time-stamped now. I hit the Skybridge. Empty. Then I heard a buzz under a bench. A prepaid phone, still in plastic, lit up. Answer. Hands on the glass, a flat voice said. Show me you're alone. I did. Who are you? You want proof? Suite level. Laundry B. Visitor's cage. Look for a bag tagged 23 with a star. You've got 3 minutes. The line died. I cut through a service door, past a sign. Laundry B. A cage sat half open, padlock hanging. I slipped in. Racks of jerseys, towels, tape, a mesh duffel with a cardboard tag, 23. Inside, men's hoodie, protein bars, a hotel key sleeve, and a black wristband stub. Family +1. The hoodie smelled like Erin's vanilla spray. The key sleeve had a room number, 1017. Name field blank. Use service elevator, cap on, K, scribbled in pen. K. Like Coach K, or a cover. Boots thudded. Hey, this is restricted. A guard's shadow crossed the cage. I slid the key sleeve into my sock, shoved the hoodie back, and ducked behind a linen cart. 2 guards came in, radios crackling. One checked the bag. Where's the sleeve? Was there a sleeve? Coach will love this. They moved on. I exhaled and slipped out through a mop closet. Unknown pinged. See? Now stop. Then another. A photo of Erin in the tunnel, badge flashing family +1, leaning toward a tall guy in a cap. His inner arm was blurred by motion, couldn't read the tattoo. Halftime ended. Crowd roared. I merged with it, then peeled toward the exits. My pocket buzzed again. New number. You push tonight. She'll perform for optics, then meet him on the road. You want it done? Hotel, 10th floor, ice machine alcove, 20 minutes. Erin texted, leaving soon, don't wait up. Then, also, if you snoop again, I'm changing banks. I crossed the skybridge to the hotel, took stairs 2 at a time to avoid cameras. 10th floor smelled like eucalyptus. By the ice machine sat a paper bag marked guest. Inside, a team cap, another burner phone with a timer set to 0500, and a note, 1017, knock twice, say family, wait for clearance. The timer ticked, 0412, 0350. Footsteps in the hall, voices, a laugh I knew, Erin, then lowered. A deeper voice answered, muffled by the door. I crouched in the alcove and pulled the cap low. The burner vibrated. Don't knock, he's on a cooldown. Door will open. If you talk, security ends it. The timer hit 0030. My heart hammered. The lock clicked on 1017. The door cracked. Steam drifted out. Someone's silhouette moved. Tall, towel on shoulders, mask on. Erin's laugh again, closer, like she was right behind the door. The timer hit 0000, and the burner exploded into a loud ring that echoed down the hall. The silhouette turned toward the sound. The door started to open wider. The ringtone detonated down the hall. The door to 1017 swung wider. A tall silhouette turned, towel on shoulders, mask still on. Erin's laugh clipped off. I slid the burner under the ice machine with my shoe and stepped behind the vending stack. Footsteps. A headset woman appeared, scooped the buzzing phone, killed it. Who left a burner? She snapped to a guard. The door to 1017 clicked shut. My pocket buzzed. Unknown. Stairwell C. Now. I moved. At the landing, I heard Erin through the wall, low and quick. 10 more. Coach wants him iced. A man answered, deeper. Family after presser. I dropped to the garage. Unknown again. Spot 42. Black SUV. Fob taped under rear bumper. I felt for it. Unlocked. In the trunk, a mesh duffel. Tag. Stairs Barkstar 23. Inside, team cap, electrolytes, KT tape, a toiletry kit with hotel shampoo, and a folded sheet. Travel. Wheels up, 11:15 p.m. Bus roll 10:25. Practice block, 6 a.m. Private. Footer, athletic ops. Another pocket. An envelope with 2 keycards and a sticky note. Use service. Media heavy. K. Who's K? I whispered. The radio chatter got closer. I snapped photos, shoved the sheet back, closed the trunk. A guard rounded the pillar. Hey! I cut between cars, dove behind a van, then sprinted to the stairwell. Unknown. You're done. Go home. By the time I hit the sidewalk, Erin texted, late dinner. Don't wait up. Then a second. Also, stop the paranoia. It's gross. Home was quiet. I spread what I'd grabbed, the room number sleeve, the travel sheet photos, the cap from the paper bag. My doorbell rang. A courier. For Mark. A flat pack from a law firm. Inside, cease and desist. Allegations, following, photographing, interference with client's family, threat of restraining order. Family. I called the number on the letter, voicemail, media relations. I hung up. FaceTime blinked from a new contact. K. I answered to a silent shot of a hotel nightstand, 2 water bottles, a key sleeve like mine, a wrist with tape resting on a white duvet. The camera panned, Erin's hoodie on a chair. The lens stayed above shoulders. No face. The call ended. Text from K. Still want a name? Practice facility, loading dock, 6 a.m. Bring the wristband. Come alone. I typed, why help me? Because if you blow this mid-season, you hurt everyone. If you want out clean, you get 1 window. I stared at the clock. 12:03 a.m. 5 hours. Erin walked in at 12:31, hair damp, hoodie zipped. Client dinner ran long, she said, not meeting my eyes. She noticed the courier envelope. What's that? Mail, I said. She shrugged. I'm showering. Don't start. The shower ran. My phone buzzed 1 more time. If you're late, they'll move him through the pool entrance. Pool. Rings. 23. I set an alarm and lay on top of the covers, wristband in my fist. Alarm at 5:10. I drove to the practice facility and parked behind dumpsters. Pool entrance if you're late, the last text had said. Lights were on inside, loading dock half up. I slipped along the wall and watched. At 5:54, a black SUV eased in. Erin jumped out in the men's hoodie, duffel on her shoulder, badge flashing. She disappeared through a door marked Athlete Health. A woman in a team jacket stepped from the shadows, clipboard, earpiece. Mark? Who are you? Kay, she said, calm, tired. You want clean? We talk now. Name. She ignored it. 2 rules. No photos, no shouting. You get 10 minutes to see what you think you need, then you go home. She swiped me through a service hall. Cold air, eucalyptus. We stopped at tinted glass over a therapy room. A whiteboard read, 23. Lanes 2-3. Bus 10:25. Presser 9:30. Family tunnel. Service. In the pool, a tall guy in a cap jogged on an underwater treadmill. Mask on. Taped forearm. Erin stood on deck, handing him a bottle like she lived there. I pressed the glass. Kay's hand clamped my wrist. Don't, she said. You break this, everyone loses. The guy finished, climbed out. Towel went over the head. Erin touched his forearm right on the 23. He squeezed her hand and vanished into a side door. Erin checked her phone, smiled and followed. Proof enough? Kay asked. Who is he? Number only tonight, she said. Mid-season rules. You want a name, file through council, and we set terms, or walk away. If you go rogue, we get a TRO by noon. She slid a manila envelope into my hand. Inside, release draft, mediation contact, a prepaid card. On the flap, 2 months' rent, no press, no posts. I'm not signing anything. Then stop stalking, she said. You keep circling, you force us to escalate. A guard rounded the corner. Kay flashed her badge. He's with me. The guard kept moving. Kay nodded at the exit. 10 minutes are up. Back in my car, Erin texted, Pilates ran long. Be back later. I replied with a photo through the tinted glass. She answered in seconds. Creep. Do it again, and I'm calling the cops. Unknown chimed in. Take the card. Go home. You push, he goes off grid. Road game tonight. I checked the envelope. Card balance slip. $4,000. I left it on the passenger seat and drove home through grey rain. At 8:11 a.m., our bank pinged. Password changed by authorized user E. Then an airline email hit her inbox, open on our shared iPad by accident. Subject. Itinerary update. Group travel. Destination redacted. I reached into my sock drawer for the black wristband I'd hidden. Empty. Drawer looked the same, but the band was gone. The wristband was gone from my sock drawer. Same fold lines, same shirts, just empty space. Lose something? Erin asked, pouring coffee, hoodie on. My band. She didn't look up. Tacky bracelet? I tossed it. You're welcome. You were in my drawer. Laundry fairy, she said, flat. Try gratitude. My phone buzzed. Unknown. A photo of my open drawer from above. Caption. Nice hiding spot. Who has our house key? I asked. She sipped. Adults who pay the mortgage. Then she grabbed a tote. Girls' dinner tonight. Don't be weird. Door shut. Another text from unknown. Check. Will call. Family. 23. I drove to the arena box office. An envelope waited under Erin plus guest. Inside, a parking pass, a staging sticker for team, staff, and a note, use FBO gate, bus 2. I followed the signs out to the private terminal. 2 buses idled. One wore team colors. The other was plain white with a clipboard guy. A third shuttle rolled by, labeled Aquatic Center. Kay's text hit. Last offer, council at 1 p.m., or you keep guessing. I stayed. SUVs arrived. Erin hopped out of one, cap low, badge visible. She flashed the staging sticker and climbed onto bus 2. I moved to follow. A guard blocked. Roster only. I'm family, I said, showing the parking pass. Not on my sheet. Behind him, a guy with a towel around his neck brushed past. Forearm taped. Sharpie, 23. Mask on. He smelled like chlorine and menthol. He stepped onto bus 2. Erin was waiting in the aisle. She touched the tape like it belonged to her. Kay walked up beside me. You're making this worse. Which sport? I asked. She stared at the runway. Mid-season means masks, numbers, no names. Then quieter. You don't want the public version. Flipboard guy called. Bus 2, roll in 5, presser at wheels up. Another staffer shouted. Ice or pool? A reply from the bus. Pool first. Hockey? Swim? Both used pool work. Useless. I circled to the service fence. A gate was ajar for catering. I slipped in with a cart, ducked behind a pallet. A loader dropped a nylon strap. On it, a luggage tag. 23. Fam. I pocketed the strap. An earpiece crackled behind me. Security to catering. Possible linger. I slid out, hugged the wall, and made it to the public lot. Kay texted, last warning, TRO ready by noon. Erin pinged me. Don't cook. Late night. Another unknown text landed. A shot from inside the bus. 2 hands laced. Her nails. His taped forearm with 23. Her wedding ring was off. I drove home, grabbed my passport, and stared at it on the counter. Unknown again. You want the face? Border tonight. Practice tomorrow in Canada. Gate. C. 8 a.m. Don't bring friends. Kay called. I let it ring out. I opened our iPad. Her airline email refreshed. Group travel change. Destination, redacted blocks. But the timestamp showed departure in 2 hours. I texted Erin, "You're really going to a girl's dinner?" Typing bubble. Then, "Yes, stop acting 12. Also, don't wait up." I drove to the border at dawn. Unknown. Gate C, 8 o'clock. Campus complex. Park public. Walk in. Another text. "If you bring anyone, it's over." Peace Arch was empty. Secondary pulled me in anyway. The officer skimmed my passport, asked why I was entering. "Tourist," I said. He stared, then stamped. "Welcome." Gate C was a staff entrance behind a pool and an attached rink. Same eucalyptus smell. A taped sign. Media hold. Family. Athletes. 3 different 23s on clipboards. Perfect. Kay materialized beside a vending machine. "I told you noon TRO," she said. "You really want cuffs in another country?" "I want a face." "Then stop pushing," she said, and swiped me through a side door. 5 minutes. No phone. We paused at a window over the pool deck. Whiteboard. L23, 23, pace 400s, presser 1015, family tunnel. In the water, a tall cap and taped forearm moving like a machine. Erin on deck with coffee, hoodie up, hand on his shoulder as he rested. He didn't look up. 5 rings tattoo flashed when he adjusted goggles. "Swimmer," I said. "Therapy uses pools too," Kay said. "Names are off until after trials." From the rink side, a horn blared. A team trotted past the glass, also masked, also numbered. Another 23. Dual complexes, dual suspects. Kay checked her watch. "Time." I stepped into the corridor. Erin's voice carried. "Presser then bus. I'll meet you at family." A deeper voice answered, muffled by the cap. Coach said no lounge. A trainer cut between them, handing the taped forearm a towel. Erin tucked something into his duffel, a wristband, and brushed his fingers like second nature. My pocket buzzed, even though my phone was on airplane. Unknown via Wi-Fi. Stop before you lose your job. Then a screenshot of my company's Slack. HR opened case. Harassment complaint filed by E. I grabbed the rail to steady myself. Kay read my face. "Go home, Mark. If you force it here, you'll see cuffs, not closure. Give me one clean tell." She studied me, then nodded toward the tunnel. "Family staging meets at the skybridge after presser. If she's there, you'll watch her choose, but you don't get closer than glass." "Which skybridge?" Kay's eyes flicked at a sign. "Skybridge C. 5 minutes after presser." I slipped back to public seating. Press started on the rink side, then the pool side. 2 crews, 2 podiums. Both 23s spoke. Masked, hood up, sponsor backdrops, nothing useful. Erin texted, "Don't you dare be here." A minute later, a photo hit from Unknown. A live shot of the skybridge. Erin leaning against the rail, head tilted, waiting. I jogged up. The bridge filled with staff and family. 2 streams approached from opposite ends, rink and pool. Both 23s walking in step, masks on, towels around necks. Erin exhaled, lifted her hand. And then both 23s lifted theirs back. Both 23s lifted their hands. Erin smiled like she'd won a bet and stepped forward. Rink 23 reached first, taped wrist, no rings tattoo. Pool 23 was 1 stride behind, 5 rings flashing when he adjusted his towel. Erin glanced between them, then did something surgical. She handed her family +1 clip to Rink 23, patted his shoulder, and pivoted toward Pool 23 with the garment bag. 2 motions, 1 second. Cameras flashed. I couldn't move. Kay appeared at my elbow. "Don't." Rink 23 and Erin walked in opposite directions, she with the bag toward the pool tunnel, Rink 23 with her pass toward the rink suites. Pool 23 slowed at a sign-in table. An attendant slid him a stack of mail. He tucked it into a duffel Erin had clearly packed, same vanilla smell. I edged closer. A guard blocked. "Family only." "I am not on my list." Unknown vibrated. "Pick a lane, Mark." Then 2 photos, Erin beside Pool 23's duffel, and Erin's pass on Rink 23's chest. The bridge tightened with staff. Kay hissed, "Back wall, now." We moved as the 2 23s converged again at an elevator. Erin appeared between them like a hinge. She slipped a keycard to Pool 23, whispered in his ear, then palmed a different card to Rink 23. Both doors dinged. They split, 1 up, 1 down. "Which elevator?" I asked. Kay didn't answer. Her phone lit. "Serve now." 2 men in suits approached me. One handed papers. "Temporary restraining order, effective immediately." The other lifted a badge. "If you cross restricted areas again, you're detained." I signed nothing. "She's my wife." "Then listen to your counsel," suit number 2 said, already turning. I bolted for the stairs. The rink elevator opened on concourse level. Rink 23 stepped out, mask still on, escorted by PR. He headed for a photo line. Erin wasn't with him. I sprinted down 1 more flight. The pool elevator opened to the service tunnel. Erin slid out, hoodie up, beside Pool 23. He leaned in. She put 2 fingers on the taped 23 like a secret button. I pushed forward. Kay yanked me into a janitor nook. You want cuffs? 5 minutes. My phone chimed. Work email. Administrative leave pending investigation. HR signature. Erin had filed it. I swallowed air that wouldn't go down. On the tunnel TV, the rink presser started. A 23 in a cap thanked sponsors. Voice distorted by mask. At the same time, Pool 23 disappeared through a door marked family staging. Kay released my sleeve. If you must see a choice, last chance, family door, but you stay behind the line. I slid to the glass. Erin waited inside, alone, holding 2 phones. She checked one, hers, then typed on the other, his? The door opened. A 23 stepped through, mask still on, towel around his neck, 5 rings glinting, then a second 23 slipped in behind, tape flashing. Erin looked up and lifted only one hand. She lifted one hand. Rink 23 shifted first, Pool 23 paused, towel half raised. A trainer stepped into my sightline, and everything turned into elbows and badges. Back from the glass, a guard said. I edged left. Through the reflection, I caught Erin's move. She slid a phone to Pool 23, then clipped a pass to Rink 23. 2 tracks, 1 woman. Kay's text hit. Leave. TRO enforceable here, too. I stayed. The family door cracked. Voices bled out. Erin. Bus 2. Tunnel after presser. Male. Muffled. Coach said no lounge. Another voice. Different. Lower. Suite first. 10 minutes. 2 23s. 2 plans. Erin pocketed her wedding ring and smiled like a host. I tried to film. Kay's hand covered my lens. Don't be stupid. Pick one, I said. That's her game, Kay said. Yours is not catching cuffs. The door opened fully. Rink 23 brushed past, with Erin's family +1 on his chest, headed for the suites. Pool 23 leaned in. Erin touched the taped 23 like a button and slipped him a keycard. He disappeared toward the service elevator. Unknown buzzed. A live photo airdropped to me. Erin's palm on a taped forearm, 5 rings blurring in the motion. Background, glass panes, could be rink glass, could be pool wall, useless. My work email pinged again. Admin leave confirmed, laptop access revoked. Erin texted, you show your face and I'm filing for separation, final warning. Kay angled her badge. Last look, then out. I followed her down a service stair. At the landing, a lanyard lay on the tread. Star 23, FAM. I grabbed it. The clip was warm. We hit the tunnel split, left arrows to rink suites, right to pool staging. I listened. From left, a PA announcer, puck horn, media chatter. From right, echo, whistles, the slap of flip-flops. A runner jogged past. Family for 23? Right. Coach wants you staged. Which 23? I asked. She didn't slow. The 23. I turned right. Kay didn't follow. Past the ice machine alcove, a cart blocked the hallway. On top, a mesh duffel tagged Star 23. Same vanilla scent. I unzipped an inch. Inside, a second phone, a cap, 2 wristbands, 1 black, 1 blue. Footsteps. I zipped, stepped back. Erin rounded the corner alone, hoodie up, saw me, froze, then pasted on a smile. You're stalking internationally now? She said, quiet and sharp. Cute. Which one is it, Erin? She looked past me to the camera dome. Pick your delusion, hockey star or Olympian. Either way, you lose. A door buzzed. A tall shadow approached from the right, towel on shoulders, mask on, taped 23. From the left, another tall shadow with the same number. Erin reached into the duffel, pulled a wristband, and held it out. Only one. Erin held out 1 wristband. Blue. Rink 23 stopped. Pool 23 kept coming. At the last second, she flicked the blue to Pool 23, then palmed the black to Rink 23 without looking. 2 hands took 2 bands. Split paths. I moved. A guard slid in. Back. I pointed through the glass. She's my wife. Then wait with family. He didn't blink. Unknown pinged. Wrong tunnel. Then a photo live. Erin tucking the blue band under Pool 23's towel. Another shot. Black band clipped on Rink 23's lanyard. Kay appeared. Pick 1 lane, she said. Pool, I said. Then you ignore the rink. No hero moves. We shadowed Pool 23 to a side door marked Family Staging. Pool. Erin keyed him through. I slipped into the next door, an equipment room with a cutout window to the staging area. I watched. Pool 23 leaned against a wall, mask still on, towel around his neck. Erin stood close, talking fast. She passed him a phone. He checked the screen and nodded. 5 rings flashed when he rubbed his forearm. From the hall, media shouted. Presser, 2 minutes. A PR rep ducked in. Family clear. Erin kissed 2 fingers and pressed them onto the taped 23. He reached for her hand, stopped, and pulled the towel higher. I took a photo through the cutout. Kay grabbed my wrist. Delete it. No. She held up her own phone. You want the TRO served inside staging? I killed the shot. The door opened. Pool 23 left for the presser. Erin stayed back, checked her watch, then pocketed her ring. A second later, my phone buzzed. Unknown. Locker 23P, code 1017. A pin dropped 2 doors down. I slipped out, spun the dial. The locker popped. Inside, goggles, a cap, a hotel key sleeve, 1017, and a folded sheet. Bus 2, FBO, room 1017, family. Blue. I snapped a pic. Kay hissed, out. Down the hall, Rink 23 crossed with PR towards suites, black band flashing. Erin stepped out of staging, saw both streams at once, and made a choice I felt in my gut. She turned her back on the rink and followed the pool sign. I cut across to the press room. Pool backdrop, sponsor wall, masked athlete at the podium, number 23 on the placard, no name, voice low, even. Happy to help the foundation. He kept his head down. Erin waited at the side door, texting with her screen tilted away. My phone buzzed again. If you want the face, Hotel 1030, room 1017, service elevator only. Kay leaned in. If you go there, you end it. No scenes, no knocks. You see what you need, then you walk. Alone? Alone, she said, or the mask never comes off. I took the service elevator, cap low, hoodie up. 10th floor, ice machine alcove, 1027. Erin stepped off another lift with a garment bag and the hoodie I knew. She tapped 1017. The lock clicked. Steam rolled. Someone inside said, 2 minutes. Deeper voice, calm. My phone lit, unknown. No knocks, watch only. Housekeeping pushed a cart between us. I ducked. Erin slipped into 1017. Water shut off. Voices blurred. Presser cut short. Bus at 11:15. Family after. A drawer slid. Hangers clacked. Footsteps. Rink 23 came down the hall with PR, black band flashing. He keyed 10:15 and went in. Mask stayed on. 5 rings, couldn't see. Another set of steps opposite end. Towel, flip-flops, taped 23. Chlorine hit before he turned the corner. Pool 23. He knocked once, low. Erin cracked 1017 on the chain. Cap stays till clearance, she said. Coach cleared it, he answered. Then 2 minutes, she said, and pulled him inside. The chain bounced, still latched. Through the gap I caught a slice of shoulder, the tape, the ghost of a rings tattoo when he wiped his face. Erin's hands slid up. Familiar. Kay texted. You get 10 seconds, then you leave. I edged out. The chain lifted. The door opened wider. Pool 23 reached for the towel. Cap tilted. The elevator dinged behind me. Security stepped out. You need assistance, sir? Looking for ice, I said, pointing at the machine. He frowned, lingered, then moved on. The moment was gone. The door eased shut. Another buzz, unknown. Still want a face? Mirror trick, service lift, 1036. He'll pull the mask to drink. I sprinted to the service bank and pressed my back to the wall. Doors parted. Cart first, then Erin, then a tall shape with towel. We filed in. Mirror on 3 sides. Erin met my eyes in the glass and didn't flinch. Pool 23 lifted his bottle. Mask slipped to his chin. Jawline, stubble, a nicked scar under the lip. He turned slightly. 5 rings, inked small on the inner arm, half covered by tape. My heart slammed. Name? Still nothing. The elevator stopped at 9. 2 staffers piled in. Erin shielded him, shoulder to shoulder. He tugged the mask back up. The doors shut again. My phone buzzed. Kay, out at 8, or you'll eat a charge. I slid out at 8 and cut the stairs back up. Erin and Pool 23 exited at 10 and headed for the skybridge. She tucked her hand under his taped forearm. Quick, practiced. He kept the towel high. I trailed to the bridge entrance. A manager barked. Bus roll, 2 minutes. Erin whispered something. He nodded and turned, profile to glass. The mask edge lifted a fraction in the reflection. Then a swarm of fans hit the far door, yelling for 23. Security closed shutters. The view collapsed into silver slats. Security dropped the shutters. The bridge went dead. A horn blasted downstairs. Bus roll, 2 minutes. Unknown. Last window. FBO lot. North gate. I ran the service stairs, cut through catering, and slid into the night air. 2 buses idled. One had sticks stacked in bins. The other had swim crates and foam rollers. Erin came out of the hotel with the garment bag and that men's hoodie. She hesitated between buses, checked her phone, then climbed onto the swim bus. A beat later, she stepped back down, handed the bag to a staffer, and boarded the hockey bus instead. Whiplash. Kay's voice behind me. Walk away, Mark. Pick one, I said. Not how this works. Engines rumbled. Hockey bus rolled first. A masked 23 lifted his hand to the window, black band visible. Erin's silhouette beside him. The swim bus inched forward. Through the windshield, another 23 adjusted a towel. 5 rings flashed. He had the blue band. Both buses turned toward the FBO gate. I cut across the fence line and reached the terminal lot as they unloaded. PR built a wall of clipboards. I slipped behind a catering truck and saw it. 2 sets of stairs to 2 chartered jets. Erin stood at the split with a radio, then pivoted to the left stairs. Hockey. She climbed 3 steps, handed something to a mask 23, then hopped down and jogged to the right. Swim. She passed a key sleeve to the towel 23 and tapped his taped number like a promise. Both lines moved. No faces. My phone buzzed. Work. Suspension notice issued. Laptop lock confirmed. Another buzz. Lawyer number I didn't know. Counsel for athlete 23. Cease all attempts to identify. Mediation Monday. Unknown. You want proof he exists? Check 1017's safe. The buses were rolling again. I doubled back to the hotel, took service, knocked nothing, and slid into 1017 as housekeeping propped it open. Steam gone. Room empty. Safe sat in the closet, keypad lit. I tried the code on the locker. 1017. Click. Inside, Erin's wedding ring in a velvet pouch, a blue wristband stub, a custom mouthguard case with a star and 23 in Sharpie. No name. A folded itinerary corner, practice block, lanes 2-3, bus 1025, presser 930, family, blue. And a note on hotel stationery. Don't reckon for my choices. File no fault. E. Kay leaned in the doorway. That enough? Who is he? Number only, she said. You chase the name, you burn 4 teams and a charity. 4? She pointed with her chin. Dual complex, shared foundation, 2 rosters, same number, same mask policy. She played both sides to stay invisible. I pocketed the ring. So I never know? You know what matters, Kay said. He's 23, he's not yours, and your exit is clean if you take it. My phone buzzed again. Unknown. A last photo. Erin on the tarmac, head on a taped forearm, 5 rings blurred by motion. Then a second shot from a different angle, Erin beside a glass rink door, her pass on a black band. Timestamps 20 seconds apart. I put Erin's ring in my pocket and left 1017. Kay walked me to the elevator like a bouncer. Mediation Monday, she said. No press, no names. Who sent the unknown texts? I asked. She shrugged. Lots of handlers. Pick whichever ghost helps you stop. Doors closed. I drove home, boxed my stuff and booked a month-to-month. I emailed HR my side, then shut the laptop I couldn't log into. I took photos of the TRO, the wristbands, the safe. Note, I didn't post them. I called a lawyer. No fault, clean split, I said. He asked for a reason. Irreconcilable schedules. Erin came by at noon with her calm face, hoodie zipped. You going to be adult about this? Return my key, I said. She put it on the counter and slid the cease and desist beside it like a placemat. Stop stalking athletes. Which athlete? Grow up, she said, and left. That night, courier again. A small box from the foundation. Inside, 2 signed cards, both 23, both scribbled over the name line in black. A note. Thank you for supporting families. No signature. I met Kay, and 2 lawyers on Monday. 4 pages, bullet points, no disparagement, no social. She slid a check across. Not hush money, they said. Transition support. I pushed it back. We haggled over the car, the couch, the cat. Erin didn't show. Her counsel called in. Client unavailable. Team travel. I filed. I kept the ring. I cancelled couples therapy. I slept for 12 hours. 2 weeks later, the charity posted a highlight reel. Masks, numbers, a slow pan across the skybridge. Erin's shoulder in one frame, cropped out in the next. Comments, guest names, mods deleted them. The inbox pinged with more unknowns. A seat number here, a blurry hallway there. I blocked them all. I won't get the name. It could be Hockey 23 or Pool 23 or both. She played 2 sides to keep one secret. That part worked. If you're reading this for advice, trust patterns, not speeches. Protect your job before your pride. Get your documents. Don't chase a jersey into a courtroom. Call a lawyer before you sprint. Decide what proof means to you and stop 1 step before it ruins you. I'm out. New lease, new locks. I mailed her ring to a P.O. box on the paperwork and kept the blue band stub in a drawer, not as a trophy, just so I don't rewrite history when it gets quiet. People keep asking if I want closure. I have it. The number is 23. The face stays under the mask. That's the deal I'm taking.